Ignition sequence start.
We felt very proud.
4, 3.
We had a common goal.
0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
And we did all of this ourselves.
A rocket ship 36 stories high, carrying fuel the weight of 400 elephants, and 3 astronauts on top of it all. They would put America on top of the world.
That's Apollo 11 getting ready to land on the moon there. And they landed it on the moon just like they did at Langley.
Just like they did at Langley, where it took some 4,000 men and women nearly 9 years to answer President John Kennedy's call to beat the Soviet Union in a race out of this world.
This is what we use to train the astronauts to land on the moon in.
One of them was Charles Bud Southall.
You have any questions?
He now leads tours at the Virginia Air and Space Center. But in the 1960s, Southall helped develop the craft that let astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin practice those moon landings at Langley.
We were going to the moon. We were part of the team doing it, and it was just the neatest thing in the world.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Neat for young people, too, learning about a different time.
Got hidden figures, okay? Well, our computer worked with Katherine Johnson.
You know the story of those pioneers. Margot Lee Shetterly wrote the book, and her father was a research scientist at NASA Langley for 40 years.
The atmosphere was great, man. I was a celebrity. I mean, anybody work for NASA, they were considered to be a hero.
Safe to say Neil Armstrong is worthy of that title, as 600 million televisions flickered around the world.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Eagle landed and Tranquility Base was established. We had landed on the moon.
But getting them home, that's where a young aerospace engineer came in.
I worked on the rendezvous docking simulator, which is here.
Dr. Sheila Thibault helped calculate figures on how the astronauts would leave the moon in their lunar spacecraft and join the orbiting command module.
They had to find each other, they had to rendezvous, they had to dock, they had to latch together.
The process, developed at Langley, was a hard sell to others at NASA.
It was very controversial because it was dangerous, they thought. They thought if this did not work, we would lose 2 astronauts.
But Armstrong, Aldrin, and Michael Collins returned to a world that couldn't get enough of their giant leap for mankind.
We pulled together a team that would work for a common goal, and for 1 second, the entire world became one. It was a great achievement.
That achievement closed a decade that tested a divided America, and Langley led the way by the light of the moon.